is going on YouTube? Greetings from my hotel room here in Bangkok. In today's video, we are gonna jump on the motorbike and we're gonna head north towards Chiang Mai. We're not gonna make it to Chiang Mai today. We're only gonna drive probably 3-4 hours and just stop wherever we feel like it for the night, maybe explore the town a little bit. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. It is 7:30 in the morning here in Bangkok. And the reason I'm up so early is I wanna try to beat rush hour traffic between probably around 8 or 9. It gets pretty bad, so hopefully I can be mostly out of central Bangkok by then, and then we'll be more in the countryside. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know this road very well, but let me go down and get checked out, and then we'll jump on the motorbike. So let's go. Okay, we are all checked out. Check this out though. They've actually got Christmas decorations up in Thailand, which is pretty cool. Throw my mask back on so I can go outside here, but let me show you where I had to park my bike. I didn't have to park it here. It's actually a good place to park, but we'll show you here. We're going this way. Hello. Kind of down in the dungeon here. I'm in the DoubleTree Hilton if you didn't watch my last video. But look at how organized the motorbike parking is. It's all like on concrete, taped off, big wide spots. It's kind of cool. I'm actually surprised how many motorbikes are down here at the DoubleTree. There's a ton of them. So here's me right here. So let's go ahead and get loaded up. So all my dirty clothes and like toiletries are in this bag. It's just easier. I could put them in my big backpack, but I just find it easier to put it in this separate bag here. So that's what that is. Next up is this over here. So for those that don't know, didn't watch my other video, go back and watch it. But I travel around the world really with just this 30-liter backpack. I've done it for 3 years. And on this motorbike trip, I bought this little carrying case because it holds 35 liters. So it holds my 30-liter backpack, which is really awesome. All right. I haven't had any issues so far with it. Here we go. All right. So today, my microphone is going to be right here instead of in my helmet. My last video, I had it in my helmet, and I wanted to try it outside of my helmet this time because I didn't really like the sound of it in my helmet. So let me know what you think. If you watched the last video, do you like the sound on this video better or on my last video? All right, let's get the helmet on here. Okay, so today I'm heading north, and I'm probably gonna drive 3 or 4 hours. I kind of know the general area where I'm gonna wanna stop, and I did look up some hotels. I haven't booked anything, but I always go to Agoda and I sort by cleanliness. The most important thing to me is the cleanliness of a hotel. Everything else is secondary, then location, things like that, but cleanliness is always my number one. If cleanliness is below an 8.0, on Agoda, I will not stay at a place. I don't care how highly rated it is or how many stars it has. It's got to be at least an 8, but usually I look for closer to 9. So I've got a few of those in my mind. I'm gonna put a town in here called Nakhon Sawan. So it's probably about 4 hours from here. I might stop before then if I see somewhere that I want to stop, but that's the plan. So we're gonna end up going about 240 kilometers. Yeah, so that's the plan. All right, I just switched my camera to a little bit of a wider angle from last time. So I don't know, I don't normally like the fisheye look, but this is like not a complete wide angle, just a little bit. So also tell me what you think about this wide angle for the drive. I think it'll show you a little bit more, give you a little bit better visual and kind of show you what I'm seeing, the whole field of vision, you know? Hopefully it's not too fisheye. All right, let's go ahead and turn this camera around here. So you don't have to look at my ugly mug, you can check out Bangkok. Hopefully it's not too crazy yet this morning. Hopefully. And hopefully my mic is going to work well here. Oh my god, it's so chilly. I was going to go buy a pair of pants. I really should have pants for these long rides. But I do have a long sleeve shirt, a long sleeve merino wool shirt that I carry with me. So looks like I'm going to dig this wide angle. We're about to get on the craziness of Sukhumvit Road, which is one of the most busy roads here. And for those that don't know, it's pretty common to drive in between cars with a motorbike here. My motorbike's a little wide because of my little trunk thing, so like right there I can't fit in between. So I'm gonna get a nice shot of a bus here for a minute. There we go. Oh, the bus is coming over on me. All right, you didn't see that, but the bus started veering over on me, which was a little bit stressful. Yeah, you definitely got to keep your head on a swivel. You also got to make sure you look out behind you. I mentioned this in the last video. Especially motorbikes, they'll be right on your butt. And if you put on your brakes at all, they'll just run right into the back of you because there's like a flow of traffic here. You just got to kind of go with it. See, I was going to get over, but then that bike right there was coming too fast on my left side. You really got to watch the bikes too. Like those guys just almost ran into each other. I don't know if you saw that. So chilly. People told me that. They said, dude, you need warm clothes for driving early mornings in northern Thailand. And I'm not even in northern Thailand yet. The place I'm going, Chiang Mai, at night, it's in the 50s now. So you definitely need long, at least a long sleeve shirt. All right, here we go. This is a soak, by the way. This is probably one of the most busy areas in Thailand here. All right. Made it. I made it to the most difficult part of Bangkok already. And it wasn't too bad. So leaving early was a smart move on my part, I guess. So there you go. There you go. It's 8:05. Heart of Bangkok wasn't too bad. God, you see that truck almost pulled out on me, man. God, I hate being in the left lane because you just get pulled out on so much here. I know this seems kind of crazy to someone maybe, from a Western country, but driving in between cars here in a motorbike is just normal. It's just what you do. We'll see, there's all these motorbikes over here. Cool thing about the lights here is they show you exactly how long you have to wait. So this one, I don't know if you can see it up there. It says I got 47 seconds to wait. It tells you exactly. Here comes a ton of motorbikes. The only issue with the numbers telling you when you can go is that means a lot of people take off a little bit early, like when you have 3 or 4 seconds left. And I showed in the last video that video you have to watch at the DMV that basically just shows you a bunch of people getting wrecked. Driving through intersections on motorbikes. And that's usually when those happen, when you're trying to make the light last minute and someone leaves early, or when you're leaving early and then a car doesn't slow down as you're coming through the intersection. So you'll see everyone's about to start going, see? Before it turned green. So that's normal. And it also tells you can see on the light, it tells you how much time you have when the light turns green. So bus. Look at this shit. Oh my god. I don't know if you can see all the yellow flowers. But there's like tons of trees lining the road here with yellow flowers. Oh look, I haven't seen any dogs in a while. I know you guys love the dogs. Here's some dogs. So many stray dogs in Thailand. But they're fed well. Buddhist culture is all about karma. So a lot of times the dogs won't even take dog food because they're so used to eating cooked chicken and things like that. It's kind of humorous. They're well taken care of. They just don't live with a human. You gotta, man, you just gotta be careful here. Look at that truck, man. He was like, dude, you're not going, I'm going. And now he's like, basically almost running into me. And this is like, you know, I'm on the through traffic, you know? It's not like I'm the one turning in, they're turning in, and they just whoop, pop right out. So you always got to be careful. Okay, there's a couple key things I want to point out about this moment. Now, the first and most obvious is this is my first encounter with a giant Thailand monitor lizard. I'd never seen one before, and it's kind of foreshadowing what's to come. My audio is not on here because my audio and my GoPro are separate on switches, and I forgot to turn my audio on. But basically what I'm saying here is, oh my God, look at this freaking thing. I got to really watch out for these on the road because I couldn't really see them until I was right on top of them. Another thing to point out is my GoPro 10, my new GoPro, had been malfunctioning all day. It had been coming on and recording at random times without me turning the on button on. I think it has to do with voice control being on and all the wind that was going by the GoPro, but it kept coming on at random times, and that's going to be important later because when I have my accident, I actually didn't turn my GoPro on. It had automatically come on right before the accident, and when the accident happens, you'll notice there's no sound at the beginning, but right at the point of impact, you'll hear sound. And that's because the wire that hooked into my GoPro for my mic pulled out on impact. So that's why you get sound all of a sudden. One last thing to give you a little bit more context leading up to the accident before we go back to the in the moment audio is I had my helmet sunglass visor down. I mentioned that it was kind of hard to see the lizard, and I think that's part of it because they're really dark shades. You'll notice here, those are actually scratches from the accident. There's another shield, if you've seen this helmet before, that goes over my face. That was actually broken, completely shattered. Probably saved my face during the accident, but let's go ahead and jump back into the in the moment audio. Some gas. I think we're about to get into a more rural area, so I want to make sure I've got enough gas here. So if you don't know, you can't pump your own gas here. You got to get it pumped for you. So fill up. Fill up all the way, like. Yep. Yeah, keep change. Keep change. Thank you. Oh my God, this SO bear is kind of scaring the crap out of me. Like, what is the purpose of this guy here? Hello. I got. What is this? You know, whatever. Oh, wow. I don't know if you can see this. Maybe we'll stop. Huge Buddha. Maybe it's this way. If you see this thing, it's kind of crazy. I don't think I'm gonna go in, but I want to show you. Let me see if I can see it from over here. You can see it clear as day on the highway. All right, let's see if you guys can see this. See that huge Buddha over there? Wow. It's pretty crazy. I don't know if you can see the size of this thing. It's like massive, massive, massive. Maybe I'll try to get some B-roll with my phone or something here real quick so you can see the size of it as I'm walking back to my motorbike. But wow, that is just amazing. It's huge. I mean, it's huge. From the highway, it's like, looks like the Statue of Liberty or something. You know, I've never really been like a temple guy. Like, they're cool. I've seen a bunch of them here in Thailand. and I've done the temple thing before. There's a bazillion of them here. It's definitely something I recommend doing. Come here, but eventually, you know, it gets kind of old. You know, just they're all kind of the same. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful kind of way. I just mean they're just, you know, you've seen one temple, you've seen most of them, but that was pretty unique. That was pretty freaking awesome. Pretty freaking awesome. Maybe in the future I'll go back and go inside the temple and see what it's all about. Brush fires up here. I'm assuming this is some kind of controlled fire. I'm assuming. Could be wrong. Actually, there's nobody here watching it. Huh. Crazy. You know, I'm actually a little bit sick of being on this highway. I'm gonna try to find more rural roads. That's kind of the whole point of doing this, is like to be on more rural type of highways and byway or roads, you know? I don't want to be on the highways and byways. So I'm gonna try to figure this out up here, how to get off this thing. It's just, I don't want to go that fast. I want to slow down and enjoy the drive a little bit more. I am driving through rural areas on the highway, but it's just, I don't know. This is not the feel I'm looking for a motorbike trip. I'm not trying to get anywhere fast. I want to see more stuff, so yeah, I'm going to try to find a road to turn off on. Yeah, I think so. So this is... See, this is more of the feel I'm going for. It's not going to get us there the fastest way, but I think it'll be more enjoyable. Maybe we'll see more huge giant lizards. All right. Now this is a super back road. Super back roady. Oh my God, look at all these chickens. Can you see all these chickens? They're running from me. All right, this is... this is super back road. I hope there are not any dogs back here. They're probably not used to seeing white dudes. Oh, look at these kids, and here's some dogs. Doesn't look like there are going to be any problems though. Oh no! He's okay. These dogs are just chill. And it just took me back to a little highway area. This dog, oh, that one's following me. Alright, I guess we're back on the highway for a little bit. So this is one of those moments where my GoPro turned on. I didn't realize it. There's no audio because I hadn't turned the audio switch on. And this is about, it actually is about 10 minutes. And it's me driving through this little small town, talking about how quaint it is and how I wouldn't mind staying in a place like this. And eventually I get back on a more rural road, and I don't want to bore you with 10 minutes of audio-less video, so we'll just go right to the point that I'm sure you guys are all wanting to see, the accident. So here we go. So that's the accident. there were a couple people behind me on motorbikes, and they actually stopped to help me out, some good Samaritans. We actually walked over. I was actually really concerned about the lizard, to be honest with you, because I got up and kind of self-assessed myself. I realized there was nothing wrong with me. So we went back looking for the lizard. We could not find him. And they were like, yeah, these things are really tough. I'm hoping he's okay. I feel super bad about it. I just didn't see him. And when I watched the video back, I realized I turned in towards the direction he was going. But in the moment, I thought he was going the other way, which is why I turned in that way. These good Samaritans actually picked up my bike here, and you'll see me walk in front of the camera here. And you can see I don't have super bad injuries, just some road rash. You can see my visor got knocked off. And then those good Samaritans were like, hey, let's go over to this little emergency clinic, which was right down the road. You'll see the good Samaritan driving in front of me. There's actually two of them. There's one behind me as well on a motorbike. And my GoPro came on again. I didn't turn it on, but this is the little medical clinic they're taking me to. This nice nurse cleaned me up, and I was having trouble breathing, so she was like, you need to go to the hospital. As you can see, my bike is running here. And so this is me at the hospital. Okay, so right after the accident, some good Samaritans stopped. I'm not hurt too bad, but I did have a bunch of, road rash. And they were like, hey, there's a clinic about a block away. So I went over to the clinic, and they cleaned up all my wounds, all my road rash, which honestly really isn't that bad. But as I was sitting there and she was cleaning them, it started to get hard for me to breathe. And my ribs on my back and in my chest, moving my arm hurts, my ribs. It started to hurt really bad. And so she was like, well, you need to go to a real hospital to get an x-ray. And when I got here, they, listened to my breathing and things like that. And now I'm sitting in x-ray, waiting to get x-rayed to see if I have broken ribs or something. Hopefully I don't have a punctured lung or anything like that. I wasn't going that fast, to be honest with you. And by the time I fell off the bike, I had slowed down enough where, I barely have any road rash, just little minor abrasions. But I think I just hit the ground really hard. The face mask piece on my helmet broke off and was all scraped up. So I'm glad I had that down, because I think my bike flipped forward. So lucky in that respect, but now we're gonna see. And my destination today is about an hour and a half away. I actually rode my motorbike to the little clinic, and then I rode it to this hospital, which was like a 15-minute ride. So my bike's fine. It's just got scratches on it. Bumblebee is okay. And I'm okay as long as I don't breathe deep. When I breathe deep, it hurts. All right, so I was gonna wait till I got in my hotel room before I told you the damage to me and the damage to the bike. So I got an x-ray. I actually got two chest x-rays, one in the front, one in the back, and both of them came up, no broken bones, so no broken ribs or anything like that. She said I just have heavily bruised ribs, and I probably got the wind knocked out of me. That's why I'm kind of laboring for breathing, and also the bruised ribs. It doesn't, I can breathe, but when I breathe deep, it really hurts, and it's because my ribs are bruised. I haven't went back and watched the footage yet, but I know I got it on camera, so I'm sure I've already talked about it in this video. But I can't even remember, to be honest with you, seeing the lizard. I saw it at the last minute. A lot of times I look way down the road to see if there's anything coming up, and I think I just didn't see him, or he popped out. I don't know, I guess I'll see more when I watch the video. I'm sure it's humorous. I went back and looked for the lizard actually, and we couldn't find it. Some good Samaritans stopped after, like 2 seconds after I wrecked. They were right behind me on motorbikes, and I was kind of a little bit dazed, and I wanted to go back and see the lizard. I feel bad about it, about hitting the thing. But from what I remember, the lizard was huge, and I'm not sure how tough those things are, But I went back, I looked for it, we couldn't find it anywhere. So hopefully it's okay. I don't know what kind of blunt force trauma those things can take. So I don't have any update on the lizard, but I'm okay, just a bunch of scrapes. My helmet, actually, the front of it busted off. So it's a good thing I had this on here. You can see the scrapes on there. It's a good thing I had the helmet on and the face shield on, because the face shield was all ripped up. I wasn't going really fast when I fell off the bike, luckily. So anyway, let me show you. Let me show you the bike. So Bumblebee held up like a champ. I mean, she's got some scratches. He's got some scratches there. But I mean, you can't even really see anything other than a couple little scratches you can see here. That thing got scratched up. But again, I wasn't going very fast, which is why I think I don't have as much road rash as I could have. It was basically just me, you know, I don't know, maybe I was going 5 kilometers. I was going slow and then just peeling over because I just couldn't get control of the bike. I think I probably hit the front brake because I'm pretty sure I flew over the bike. Or at least, dynoed a little bit and then fell over. So yeah, so I got my hotel room. So I was only gonna book one night here and then continue on. I'm about 7 hours from Chiang Mai, but I have about 5 days before I check in to my Airbnb. And so what I'm gonna do is just stay here for 3 nights. I'm gonna stay here tonight. It's probably gonna be the roughest night. And then stay another night. That's when I'll be probably sore. And then the next day I'll probably feel okay. Oh, the hospital, by the way. So I got 2 x-rays and they gave me antibiotics, anti-inflammatory, and what do they call it? Antibiotics, to make sure I don't get anything from all this road rash. And the whole bill, including an emergency room visit, was 599 baht. So that's like $20. Unbelievable how cheap it is. And most of it was x-rays. Each x-ray was 250 baht, which is about $9. Before I went to the main hospital, though, I went to a little clinic, and this lady kind of cleaned me up. It was a little like country clinic, and I tried to pay her. She wouldn't take any money. So, I mean, it's just the culture here and just everyone's so great. And it was a great experience in the clinic and the hospital. But let me get up to my room. All right, so here's the room. It's super basic. It's only $20 a night. And I can't remember the name of the town. I'll put it up here. It's got AC, obviously. TV, and then a bathroom here. Like I mentioned earlier, when I get a hotel, I like to get the cleanest rated hotel. And this was the cleanest rated hotel in this area. See, I don't look too bad. I got some road rash on my legs. That one's just a little one, so not too bad. And then there's a little refrigerator right there, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, so I didn't film any of my drive from the hospital here. I just wasn't up to it. I was still kind of hurting. The pain medicine kicked in, and I started feeling a little bit better, but I still didn't feel like, turning on the camera or anything like that. I just wanted to get to the hotel. I was still an hour and a half away, so as soon as the hospital released me, I hopped on the bike and headed up here. So I'm gonna stay here for 3 nights, get better, then hop back on the road and head up to Chiang Mai. Thanks for watching. See you next video.